This is, you now have to turn it here. Top part now gets the heat. This is the last right already, and it's almost the next stage now has already been mixed. Garlic, you know.
No also is easy.
This is the last one to heat.
Okay.
So it will dry up, it will become crispy. So you can just break it.
I'm back and I'm getting hungry. Kilishi, so it's time for me to. Thank you so much for watching this. If you want more of our content on TikTok, on YouTube, and I'll leave you with some music from Angola for Pedro Se Cuatro Negra, which means black skin. See you next time.
Chomoke. Go. Stress me? Public notice, guy.
Public notice? Kama nilichukua? Hiyo kampuni ya bima. No. Serious. Ona. Una cream na wao.
Usipanic. Holders Compensation Fund CF yenye ilibuniwa mtu yeyote mwenye kwa kampuni ya bima ambayo ime yes.
And what
website ya PCF procedure ya claim vile iko kwa website step by step.
Policyholder compensation. Hadi sikutakuwa compensated. Kumbuka, PCF is the scheme in Africa. PCF.
Cup schemes from both tier battle for the ultimate prize in Africa's CAF Conference. All the action live and exclusive on KBC. Beginning with a round of 16 matches, final and the final. Mozart and exclusive on KBC Sports Partner.
Third-party insurance. The law. It covers death or bodily injury to pedestrians, third-party property, third-party police, or damage by fire, theft. It also does not cover the owner. Consider taking a personal accident owner of the vehicle. Motor vehicle is transferable. When you remember to cancel your policy, read and understand the policy. This message is brought to you by the authority, IRA.
The committee that was probing agriculture tourist conduct over the fertilizers. Buckle up as we go into the 14th edition of Prime Edition right Channel 1. Good evening. I am Tom. Top stories tonight. Off the hook. The committee clears out Mithika Linturi of any wrongdoing. Fertilizer scandal. After a floods extra reopen for second term, tension occasioned by section of the Garsen Lamu swelling sign language interpreter. Thank you once again. Top stories. Agriculture. Mithika Linturi, a man after he was over the fake report tabled in the Naomi Wako, member select committee secretary from in relation to the fake Linturi had been accused of misconduct and following alleged fake fertilizer. The report that opened.
The cabinet secretary, the Naomi Wako led of the national prove any culpability the fake fertilizers
to allow to present equal opportunity.
Wamboka had accused and violation over the fake fertilizers committee in its finding, saying
Irrigation under ground 1 on gross constitution or any other law, serious reasons for believing has committed a crime under national on the gross misconduct special motion are.
Therefore, members of the committee had a dissent gives it to majority and the CS. However, the furious lawmakers motion call for his sacking official at the helm of. He bears the highest responsibility.
Farmers is the president can reflect the wishes of this house by he does not need this house. Even if that report would die, to suggest that the member accept a report without applying their either to that the issues were unsubstantiated would be to deny this house its own conscience, way its power to debate.
If, like we were doing, Honorable Speaker, deliberations on facts. Speaker,
I had been adversely mentioned when the Honorable was giving out his dissents. That opportunity, accorded that opportunity, Honorable Speaker, that anything that was mentioned be expunged from the report.
Prime Edition.
The CS comprised of 11 from the Kenya Kwanza wing. Azimio. Earlier, of course, we saw in support of Linturi's impeachment has fallen on its weight. William Ruto says that the government will build and equip classrooms for Lenana Primary School as in Dagoretti South constituency, and head of state who officially opened the institution 2 classrooms in place will initiate 1,500. He reiterated that all children access the right to boost their academic.
Hapa kufungua mbili ya kwanza kama 1,300 kama hapa shuleni.
Shule hii, we purpose for it. We would want it to be a complex that shall have an ECD, a JS. Finally, we shall have the Lenana.
Old Boys Association will be the national government and the to do so that we can also participate in our alma mater and that we have a brand new primary.
Of course, the President of Security made those comments today when schools of term of Monday after a by floods in so that, however, while the reopening toward normalcy, a section of with insufficient infrastructure damaged by heavy rains. Jacqueline.
As learners returned to school for the official term, Nairobi County, once a refuge area, bore the scars of learners spent the day cleaning up from collapsed classroom blocks, scattered books, the extent painfully evident. Boniface of Mathare North Primary School lamented of the floods, noting the notable opening day.
The school was very muddy, has been cleaned. Sanitation. Now we are moving on and move.
Despite the destruction, Matindi classes will commence immediately from the government.
The most important, the learners and the if they are here, I think, because teachers are familiar with the topic, they have done their scheme, they have.
In Baringo, the floods was equally severe. Was unable to reopen. Leswa Primary School, Loropi, Loiti Primary School, and Long remained inaccessible to pupils.
Unaona hapa kwa gate hata ile makracks ilikuwa kwa madarasa imeongezeka kwa sababu tunaona kana kwamba madarasa zingine.
In Kakamega County, St. Barth faced its own battle against the learners found themselves studying. Floodwaters destroyed 4 classrooms.
Kama iko na kiti yenye itatusaidia kwa wakati wanafunzi vile mnaona huku nyuma na miti tena ni hatari.
In Busia County, a spot reveals that a number of students transport crisis, public service impromptu police inspections for the Jacqueline Masharia for Prime Edition.
Let's take you to the coastal city of students were on Monday caught up crackdown of rogue public service vehicles stranded for hours at various bus stops, unable to travel to their respective cities, grounded their buses to escape. Those lucky enough to leave for their destination a little bit deeper into their pockets. Exponential rise in bus fares. That report
was the situation at the Mwembetari. Students were stranded with no means. Some students say they have had to wait for hours
saa 2 mpaka saa 6 gari tutachelewa shule, alafu walimu tupeleka speed huko. Fare yenyewe ndio impandisha, ilikuwa kitambo ni 1,600.
Fare ndio hiyo iko gali, na sasa tunachelewa walimu wataleta.
For parents, the situation has transport cost and safety.
Na lazima chukue jukumu la arege shuleni venye rais alivyosema. Fare zimeongezwa.
Sasa tunashindwa hata
Some public service vehicle Transport and Safety Authority has made it difficult. Nairobi Highway.
Hii jam sababu ya NTSA barabarani wamezuia magari mengi. Jazana hapa kuna wanafunzi wanafaa wahi shuleni wakaya hapa hadi mida hizi na tujajua itakuwa nini watapata usafiri kwenda mashule.
Za kufanya ukaguzi wa haya magari. Hawangojee ile siku ya watoto kufungua ukaguzi.
To the operators, the stringent NTSA will continue to hamper a smooth.
That report by our colleague Alvin Kaunda, by Abdu. Now, let me tell you, it will 1,000 shillings to transport and 300 shillings as Lamu County or vice because of the collapse of Lamu at Gamba police station. Our reporter was in Gamba, where the locals appealed to amid fears that, you know, the situation escalate.
Friday evening, water from had washed away the outer section of the highway. But to seek divine intervention, Maki stretch. The Kenya National Highways Authority, villages nearby were submerged, residents to abandon their homes for higher ground.
Fuate barabara kutoka Lamu. Maji bado yanakuja.
Locals counted their losses. It was a business fishing community. To access aid, have to pay up to 300. Businessmen ferrying goods have to pay 20,000 shillings.
Lamu 5 alafu nachukua Gamba 300 wafika another like 1,500 mpaka ufike. My request is the government watusaidie tu.
Currently it is more organized kwa sababu we are also in coordination na also
kwanza ilileta shida wakatenga pesa. Tena bajeti nyingine watenge pesa na hizi barabara.
It was a costly affair for into their pockets as schools.
Tunasumbuka, kuna watoto waenda shule.
Hii barabara iwe raised kidogo. Number of caravans.
Junior Tana River County.
While all that is happening, government spokesperson Dr. Isaac told Kenyans to stop politicizing their living along riparian lands. Mwaura said it is meant to avert more deaths. And by the way, has died from the floods. Death toll so far 77.
Let us not politicize this. They are not targeting a group of people. Because if, then what would we say? So because we can see some kind of politicization has continued to claim more lives. Is 200 lost one life in the last 24 hours. total 41,825 by the flooding, a total of 50 and 9 houses placed in Nairobi County of 55,055 displaced households country.
Kenya, the lake backflows that is likely to remain with us time, even after the. Don't forget that Lake Victoria rivers.
Health Cabinet Secretary Susan cooperate and for the social health insurance effect from the first. She made the call when she officially launched the National Health Insurance Fund abilities to facilitate from NHIF to authority. Here is that report.
2 months before the National Health Insurance Authority, the government, to ensure seamless verification of NHIF.
We've all had challenges. As a country, we've loss of government. It's not clear, it's not transparent. We conduct ourselves. The ministry, through the leadership of clear, because it's something that will remain as an audit issue for.
Speaking during the event, Health Komicha challenged the exercise to uphold in before the full transition 1st July.
So for the please note that we have, but that does not mean the wrong. It only means that now you have to be extra careful so that then you do a good job that we have.
Assure that payment has been expedited. Access to healthcare services.
We expect then that provide services received, and we shall and settle so long as they have been reconciled, verified.
The government is to do social health authority this month.
Junior secondary school in parts of the country demanding confirmation of permanent terms. Their action coming for the second term. Here's that.
Part of the second term across various has been marred by school teacher interns, permanent and pensionable employees. Kakamega to Narok, Kilifi, and interns have taken to the streets as they expressed their grievances. The interns vowed not to enter class and for permanent employment is met. 1 year of service warrants recognition and
are demanding very uncertain terms. By July this year, who are still interns, permanent and pensionable.
Since unfolded in Kiambu, 100 interns rallied in for increased salary hiring.
To be referred to as is our degrees, because we have our TSC certificate, also be in school as PN.
In Narok, interns marched through the streets of Narok demands.
I want to tell TSC law-abiding citizens, and the court has ruled out as an illegal act.
In Kilifi, where the interns gathered in compliance with the court order That's illegal.
And let these teachers, because they are qualified, and be compensated for the own to working.
For Prime Edition,
has rejected the Senate of the Revenue Bill 2024 share to 400. In rallying the House, Budget and Appropriation Dinyoro said that for the country to raise a shilling 21 billion that's already proposed. The bill now heads to a mediation expected to break.
The only thing I consider that deficit of 2.9% a closed envelope. In that speaker, if you want to increase money revenue, honorable speaker, then something has to give. Speaker, the low-lying fruit, because it is not new. Honorable Speaker, we bring as budget committee indifferent. It is like this one. Where the House votes, the budget committee, Honorable Speaker. The only House. Then when we bring the and you see some cuts in other will only be fulfilled today. So from 391, the budget committee is my mind tells even the 415 billion that the Senate could still be way below what they account. Honorable Speaker, in the fullness of time, the county government more money. There are that are being held health functions like. Why are you keeping those monies? You send those monies to the counties, Madam Speaker.
This decision on consequently remits the committee in accordance with the of the Constitution and 149.
Land Commission has approved the county government of Homa Bay for quarters. The county government take a piece of land to the for the project through the scheme that allows flexible support. Speaking when certificate, Homa Bay loaded the move, saying it will enhance productivity and of Homa Bay.
The county government had requested the National Land 5-acre piece of land at the government headquarters. The project has been made possible by the Homa Bay Financing Fund Act 2020, passed by the County Assembly to provide a framework for public entities to finance county projects.
The consent mandate of the National Land Commission and on behalf of national and county governments.
CEO Dr. Hosea Kelly says upon completion of they will engage the county government to structure projects in the county.
And in return, have a relationship with the county. We dispose back, in this case, the county on a rent to own.
Say the 500 million shilling by end of this year is projected service delivery to people of Homa Bay for years.
Facilities, it could be any franchise. So we hope that we can clear with the projects, including oil palm
Well, that story brings us to our first break. Just a quick. We are hosting in just a bit Dr. Director of PASIA will climate change. Is it a new? What is his organization doing to minimize around floods? And you don't want to miss that. Taking a short list. Stay with us.
Act, WIBA guarantees that employees compensation from their employers when by accident become disabled, contract occupation while at work. WIBA insures from financial liabilities which may arise work-related injuries, death, and read and understand the terms and conditions of it is brought to you by the authority, IR. Kwa taifa.
Kurumisha Aviator instant. Be a daring pilot. You can live. The higher you fly, the higher the sky is the limit. That bet.
Are you looking founded on Christian background? Institute of Technology is the right place. Great practical skills, the CBC way, and everyone has potential.
Gisha from Uganda, Sensei Institute of Technology. Courses in Sensei, plant mechanics, electronics, and TV. The reason why I've done Sensei skills in all fields. These skills always help us to provide to the society. I've had a very good experience because the teaching do not only act like teachers, parents, so they have given me in school and outside school.
To be admitted to either of our two campuses in Nairobi and 717-951-055 or 91301. My skills.
Show lined up for you, man.
Play, which was produced by Claire Wa Faye's Ouma, was one.
Backseat, speak out and take care.
It was so awesome.
Technology of our society. With so much of our everyday life different. As technology strives to fulfill the change, this means the technology, the things that we without it. Tech looks at the advantage of technological innovation, becoming increasingly dependent on new digital Monday at 10:30 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching by Dr. Mithika Mwenda of Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance.
Thank you
to come and talk around floods and climate change. We had a story earlier on where the government told us that Total number of people who have died so far, 27 people. Yeah, and what we are hearing from the experts, these floods are likely to you do a lot of work in that area.
So thank you. What's happening is us who have been following the change, and you look at the Kenyan discourse on climate change, both at international level.
Yeah,
they are even 10 years that there will be extreme manifestations, floods, and when there is no to be drought, and if you can, the Kenya Met guys, they are already that after all this flood be an extended drought. These are the patterns which we normally have. So, talking on climate change is experts are asking, understand. Now you can see to this country.
Yes.
We were saying that we look change as over development. Destruction in the road everywhere, even within this city, been washed away.
Yes.
Homes have been washed away, and those others. So the destruction,
the deaths,
and deaths. You have many people are. So if you quantify economic terms about the issue of climate change or about economy, the government budgeted, they didn't anticipate. So what happens is that a country like Kenya, instead of taking this to do to meet Vision 2030 for instance, projects which are anticipated Vision 2030. So are you going to divert to let people, you can establish infrastructure for that project, or you are going now to that money? By the way, you had the deputy attending the burial of the perished in Maima Hill.
Yes.
In addition to the deaths, the government will spend 300 million settling the people who perished. Tell me where anticipated. But the money which was supposed to infrastructure or and short-term vision, so that and that has been the it dries up when you take that money, look at the rules. So this the president in his 5 I will build these schools and classes. There is now this floods come. What will happen? It will people. He has to repair these roads. Just manage. So what that means is it keeps now postponing massive effect on
you, because you do a lot of work and you're the executive passenger. So what is your organization to work with the stakeholders, government, so that we benefit of floods and one of drought?
Happening now, and actually is that we have acknowledged that stream into national.
We do that as we advance towards
in the
COP29.
short term. The whole stake come up and in this financing locally led climate action on all developing climate, because the has in the past been limited. And we do very good, for instance, now we are in NCAP 3 action plan. Yeah. So we into action 1, you know, everything remains very national level. So that after realizing that stakeholders, they who are impacted, the frontline communities, the very local level, are those people, are the people in Tana River, Marud, by the people who are the coast and who are facing. What we do is really action reaches them. Is now financing locally led climate action, translating the end action now, because we have a lot of adaptation. We have what we call what we determined contribution, which defines tools where each country up to 2030 to as part of agreement after 2015 adopted in Paris. So what are we going to do in what are we doing in energy sector and those others? It is been having these policies into practice, so that woman farmer at young person are doing innovation. Those are the within the spirit of the president better. Is now putting that into practice. I've been in this process for quite a while. I'm very confident if we implement this program is a quite big difference addressing climate change.
Exactly. And watching, you know, from Madare, affected by the floods. Another one is etc., etc. Down those climate that, you know, they would understand that you're speaking about to the people who are on the ground.
This program, what has happened is now, initially the intervention, there was no framework which was trickled to the people at the local level. So the targets the county. So issuing the check, 10-point-something billion check.
Yeah.
So that the money has been disbursed. Account is now that counting coffers in a special, not program. You still not the count. It has its specific program. So then there is also trickles down at the is warned. So so at the warned, those committees who are going to sit down through a very which projects. For instance, is that water? Are you going to buy chicken and the goats to the or what is your resilient want to undertake at that level? Decide. So one now it is now table which decides. So a lot of emphasis, participation and decision.
And there's a hierarchy of priorities.
Then that's my hope. Going, you know, those are aspirations which we. It is my hope that at counties which do not have is Nairobi, and when you talk about Nairobi as really dilly-dallying, it has not meet the requirements of that trickle down. So the role of the county assembly, so the Nairobi County work, because they have to pass the fund, and where the not been bumped into Nairobi, then you hear people are fighting with Sakaja and the money has disappeared. I'm not saying that Sakaja will disappear. The governor actually has no role in that committee which is there. That now what we are doing, we are providing a lot of oversight. That one is and ensure that this is going to be to have cracked down some of the challenges we have been in terms of that we have people by these resources.
Okay, you have to ask. I want to thank you for finding time for coming. Director of Pan-African Climate. Sana,
thank you.
Keep doing that. We're going to take a short break. When we come back with in the business segment, and he's on standby to bring us the latest. Stay with us.
Shambani B 570 tumia kwa lucky 3 point ya kuingia kwenye fursa ya kujishindia hizi mbili mwisho wa namba hili la 1.1 shillings na unapata title na mwisho wa Mei na mtandao la 1.1 million lori za mawe na mchanga. Dial star 570 Fukara Shake.
Mpenzi mtazamaji KBC Channel 1.
Over the years of broadcast trends of news, entertainment, and sports. Or to take your favorite broadcast, KBC Channel 1 has been nominated Station of the Year category in the Kuza ICT Awards. KBC via SMS. Simply use the short 601 and follow the prompts at www.kuzaaward and follow the registration. KBC Channel watching.
Welcome to Channel 1, straight into the environment and lands. Nairobi, Kenya has ordered the closure as well as a church. Kasarani, why? No. By Justice a petition that was Welfare Association Mirema. And as Ruth Mboya reported the way to the 3 clubs for the within residential revoked with the judge authorities to ensure that has been implemented.
Justice has fallen on Kokoriko Wines, Engine Grill, Desa, Trinity House International Ministry Church, Mirema for noise in court paper, the entertainment venue, playing loud music, sleep, using loud music system, thus causing disturbance nights and Sundays. The petitioners had urged the ELC court to to a clean and healthy environment, so that the children of Mirema Drive an environment that guarantees survival, well-being, protection provided for in the Children's Act. In our judgment, Justice Somange ordered issued for the sale of alcoholic beverages with the judge has also shilling compensation for the violation of rights and freedoms of the residents. Because of the 2-year petition, 3 clubs in charge. Court has also ordered dossier and Roysambu Assistant County Commissioner. The decision has been residents of Nairobi can now smile all the way. Justice Omange's ruling that ordered under charge in the area that is and endangering their children. Ruth Wamboy reporting from Millie.
A very good evening. Prime edition. Time for the business. My name is. A slow internet speed continues today with communications has been caused by a deep sea from Tunzini teleport station. The intermittent data have affected several Kenyan, including Seacom and East Easy Communication. The Authority of Kenya says it's a situation to ensure that incoming connectivity is available, directing service providers to secure for their traffic.
In several East and South African on Sunday after a submarine came. According to reports, all the 2 regions were severely affected. Service providers across the region. Posted by Liquid Intelligent Technology. The faults were reported in the cable system and the yesterday. Safaricom set up measures to minimize interruptions. Customers connected. This received by consumers with the money they spent buying data bundles. 13 African countries located board, causing or near total internet out. 9 sea cables that connect countries like South Africa to the as damaged due to incidents. During this time, structure in the affected countries also experiencing other East African countries affected. Burundi, Uganda, Ndutamokami for Prime.
Now, Kenya Revenue granted access to tax without a court order if the tabled before the August House today is approved in its current form. RA will have free access to mobile utility bills, club others. The bill was today tabled in the
Resolved period of the finance bill 2024 from 7. Speaker, the reduction of this public room, enough room for public participation.
Are seeking to reduction of so that they give adequate time for Honorable Speaker. On that account,
Treasury through the Finance Bill 20 to amend Section 51 Cap 4 provide for the exemption of personal data that relates enforcement and collection duty from the provisions of Act 2019. Parliament today for the first reading. It will soon be possible on your social media mobile money transfers without the proposal to amend the data protection and access information acquired by the including data acquired by telcos, land and utilities among be more expensive to purchase equipment and accessories, office machines as the national treasury slap importers with a new of products, including diapers, ranging from 98,275 per unit. Count for the environmental costs of the items.
We have asked again and into other ways to so that people will also of a nation.
Of abandoning the normal one, increasing the of bread, actually something else which will actually devastate.
Retirees will have, as there is a proposal to amend the increasing the monthly amount allowable pension 20,000 shillings and 30,000 shillings. The bill also proposes tax refunds be done within 5 years, within 6 months, unlike the current VAT refunds are settled within 6 months, the tax within 5 years. Prime edition.
And players in the broadcast industry have to increase the fees for spectrum frequency will drive up the cost of doing. Communications Authority of Kenya Director General says the higher rates are cognitive and help deter operators from frequencies.
Frequency pricing formula, Kenya is proposing an upward review. Under the proposed model, the fees for spectrum frequency as opposed to the current a proposal that telecos on concerns that it will increase the
process may encourage the growth of the current transmitter. It is the one that is discouraged. So we agreed with them, looking for the true value of the spectrum.
Other than reviewing our law, which after 10 years, done in 2018 so that we can be with other best practices in the world.
The Communication Authority of Kenya to operators investing in remote
to the north is imagine a rural part of Kajiado and the rest, so we are harmonizing even that. It's very improved. It would be counties and lower levels and economic Bureau of Standards.
The communication is concerned about hoarding of radio and TV.
Of congestion, crowding of related issues, it was to discourage picking up so many frequencies the same to be used by other licenses.
Benson Rioba reporting for
62.5 million government for facilitating construction and industrial parks. Investment Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano said economic growth and development in the county momentum of one of Kenya's most revolutionary pro-people projects.
And industrial parks aim at an agro-industrial investment of the agriculture sector manner the massive and decent jobs farm level boost export,
promote aggregate activity at the farm level, income, increase foreign exchange for our economy, platform for stakeholders in promoting industrial country.
To first Industry Principal Secretary is pitching the investment opportunities.
They're also working very hard to open up
For example, we have also continental free trade area. I'll produce something here. 55 countries. People. So that is a market that we also want.
The Kenya-China table underscored the importance of strengthening the bilateral ties between
corporate social responsibility reports demonstrate Chinese enterprises in Kenya to job creation, technology transfer, of people's livelihood.
Kifo Prime.
Ethiopia has pledged to use the port of export of goods of 60,000 metric from Morocco through the facility. Ethiopia intends to use a transit get will then be transported via road to Ethiopia.
The maiden ship marks the inaugural cargo through the port of Lamu. Kenyan officials welcomed the decision to ship the sizable fertilizer concern of Lamu, terming it as a vote of set project.
We have enough capacity and resource to efficiently handle this fertilizer. Will be back here with in the warehouse as it is transported.
Ports Authority officials said the largest consignment in the ride services.
We are on track. The Lapset Corridor project in Kenya and increase trade.
It is up to us to take the coming with this port that we prosper.
Ethiopian officials said they fertilizer importation from the metric tons to 1.9 this year.
The berthing of the at Lamu port carrying fertilizer of Ethiopia will have a to timely deliver farmers. It's not marvel, it is a promise to community countries stands ready to further enhance capabilities to meet the growing demand.
Ethiopia's show of this maiden call today paves economic revitalization. Looks forward to increased the Lamu port. Juni Karisambele.
Thank you, Juni. And that is where we close the business this evening with the latest in sports. My night.
Multi-bonus wako hadi asilimia 1000 bonus 1000%. Zatbet.
It's brought to you by Mo.
Channel 1 sports at this lovely evening. Well, let's begin with the Kenya Under-17 girls champion Serenge has to turn out in line them on in the return leg of FIFA Under-17 World Cup qualifiers on Sunday at Ulinzi Sport. Junior Starlets held hosts Ethiopia during the first leg played last week. Stadium in Addis Ababa.
Marion Sengi admins the Junior Starlet in their second leg of the 2019 World Cup qualifiers.
Tutakuwa kwa mchanga yetu haitakuwa kwa mafans wetu rap
we can defeat them whatever the coaches that we have played with them and we know how they play. Don't be that difficult.
Ethiopia's at tricky side, but they ahead. The Kenya at Kasarani Stadium ahead of two-legged qualifier will book a round where they will face Burundi or Djibouti. World Cup set to be bleak for Prime Onyango.
Kenya boxing team hit squad has taken the second World Olympic 4th of May, Bangkok, Thailand. 9 men and 5 women training camp at Madare 6 weeks. 2020 weight gold medalist Mugunde Abednego boxers in the men's squad. The team will be led by 2018 Christine Ongare, the bronze medalist Amina Ma. The team will be coached, assisted by David Waweru. The Kenyan team will next week for the Olympics. Spider FC 6-5 in the final round to win the tournament played in Meru County. Meanwhile, the cycling team won the and came down on the ship in Morocco.
En route to the final, the Eagles 3-1. FC narrowly beat into the top teams from every tournament scheduled for next month.
Reaching out to those people level, wale watu wa chini kabisa kabisa, wakikuja na malalamisho wakisema kwamba to sponsor us, and so we came up with the call to Giamini.
50,000 Kenyan shillings. Runners up will bag 150,000 respectively.
Exposure kama hii vijana wengi sana talanta zao. Scouts wenye wataangalia vijana naweza chukuliwa na waweze kwenda.
Meanwhile, the Kenya women's cycling team, the curtains came down on the ship in Morocco. Kenya now sits second, a big step towards Olympic qualification this summer. Finally, launch an annual entrepreneur tree. The announcement was from CEO Ray Entrepreneurs Golf Tournament at.
And I'm coming here to the golf club. I'm also going to the hood too. Every single neighborhood. There are youth that want to make.
Comprises of young people to go. So if we don't support entrepreneurs who are going to trade ACFTA.
Golfers drawn from different companies in Kenya. For Prime Edition, I'm Emmanuel Ndo.
And to beach volleyball, national Brian Melly and Edward, the duo of Naomi Toh and Gaudensia Mako, the homologated beach volleyball tour here in Nairobi. Now the players use for the forthcoming Olympic qualification to 24th of June in Morocco.
Brian extended their dominance with a hard
1 over top seed Elfas. To final, Makuto and Kipkos 0 and Diogras Minor by 2 strokes 1-15 and 21-15. And Kibet beat Anthony Nyimani and Dennis Sates. In the women's final, now defeated Masi Manzi and Charlene Sebel 21-7, 13-21 and
but we've been able to win in the final. I was playing with
the players used the tournament to prepare as slated for 18th to 20th. Morocco, King Orimwanki.
Further afield, Queen Wen Cheng defeated to qualify for the quarter open. Cheng won the highly in 24 minutes. It is the first time matches since reaching the Madison Keys also qualified for beating Sorana Christie 6-6. And an epic showdown Grand Prix saw champion storm to victory after Titanic man Mark Marquez and reigning champion extended his lead to a comfortable 34 in Catalonia in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, lights out and we are big wheelie off the line.
Last year's title protagonist Pecco Bagnaia at the front row at Le Mans with the Ducati ride turn 1. While 8-time world champion battled his way from and Dijan Antonio to Spargro before marking by lap 18. Interest end to Yamaha's Fabio, who crashed out of 6th. Stole the race lead soon after, battle that allowed Marquez to get down to the final lap with inch. Marquez launched an attack to claim, capping an all-time classic at level. Ended his series lead over Bagnaia with and Viñales in hot pursuit. For Manuel Ndungu.
Ducati, he takes the
and reigning in Denver Nuggets secured to 107 win in Game 4 of their Western Series, Game 5 of best of 7 on Tuesday.
Nuggets center Nicholas 35 points in the fourth quarter with points and Jamal Murray ending Game 4 in points. Anthony Edwards led the overall scoring in Minnesota. The Nuggets, who lost finals in Denver, were 64-49 ahead at rallied in the final quarter to pull within 6 minutes. The series goes back to Denver for Game.
And well, sports on Prime Edition this lovely Monday. Nad Okumu.
Sports news. News at Bait. The high your win. The sky. Most.
Betty Kiptum, many thanks indeed for that update in the interpreter. I also want to thank you for that docket very well. My name is Mboya. We'll be back.
Back to the future is simulator. Be a winner. That bet.
Technology is part of our society. Advancements, so much of our drastically different. As technology to fulfill the changing needs of society, means the technology exists to help us achieve without it. Contech looks at the advanced technological innovation, increasingly dependent on new digital. Every Monday at 10:30 p.m.
Where we get to grace your screen has been happening in the world of
Joe, what up? Belated mothers, women out there, man. Also to the future mothers, like.
Yes, happy every mother out there. The job that you do is a big job. Want to celebrate each of you.
That's what's up. Will you let her off flowers, Miss V?
Everybody.
Haven't you really lenga? Oh.
The mothers. Let's give it to the mothers for now. Yeah.
Okay. We got an amazing man. Keep it right. The biggest team, the band. 4 is right here with alongside Miss.
You know what is
Grapevine.
What you gotta do.
Show with the Hennessy Cypher 254. Now the main highlight for this promote the hip hop culture. For also for the hip hop artists and passion. Let's check it out.
The world's #1 cognac, the Hennessy Cypher in Nairobi, and cognac lovers for a mix of sound, visual, and unique experience. The event with the brand campaign never focuses on artists who are making Africa shine.
Part of my life for like the last. Happy to here to support like in Abuja guys did. They're doing the second one. Here to show love.
Together some of Kenya's talented hip-hop artists, Reckless, Ecstatic, and Monski, who performed live at the last mix of musical talents.
Amefanya kwanza na jump na slap lakini kibari land kwa korob mselona
of music have come up in a staple from Kalamashaka. I mean honestly there's a string but There's waves, there's always waves. Tony itakuja ichukue kapuka, but we're still here.
The of artists delving deep into each of their inner drive and talent that can and unite millions.
Dinga for keychain na so kama unapita ni pish. You came with a gimmick, I came with my rhymes. I was actually female artist. Yes.
Anyone. People, I want people to relate with who they experience. So whatever the majority of the people, that's what I try to do. Emulate.
The Cypher's success is a testament of strengthening and promoting Kenyan creative space.
Just blessing the culture. We push culture, hip hop. But now corporate to NSC. Now. Yeah. So thing because we want to realize that on culture, we have on customers. Because the more we are able to products, now on our suggest
in a system and the youth business. Since then, when Malisha Gunduwanga, who's next? Nina feel blessed, otherwise Leonie Mekuja.
Aims to impact the Kenyan hip quality conversation.
Tunalegeza weza kuzika hata kikunywa maji bana nikifika chana una maziwa mbona mshinda na jitepa sana
Wait, because I look too far. At the launch tonight at 18. Looking good, it's fine. So hosting whatever they hosted, yeah.
Of course, pia unajua yani like feeling yani your unity. This is thing for a long time. So we need to get back up because honestly, yeah, and performing, entertaining.
From allow me to take you to attend and work at the Kenya National was dubbed by a second edition. Issues including alcoholism.
When was the last time you got a play? If it we got you. This past week was showing one of its most street edition to play, which was produced by directed by Faye's an entertaining show.
Especially as we have a lot of ourselves with a lot of mental wellness. Tunasahau mental na una nika before kwa hiyo dark space, so niko like why not